Hey, welcome back to edtech. Today I'll be teaching you about iterating through an array with a for loop. We've already done a for loop, how it works. So here we'll be iterating through an array, provided array. So what's given as an example is here, there's an array, variable array, which is like values 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, so as we've already learned, for loop, within the parenthesis, initial value I0, then the condition is I less than the r dot length and I plus plus because it's incrementing. And then you can like console.log for every index of the array. So that means like here, as you can see, what is the length of the array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5. And what is the starting index? The 10, the value 10, the number 10 has an index of 0 because it's 0 based, right? And 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the last value, which is 6, has an index of 4. That's what they're trying to say. So like the condition is the I value is less than r dot length. So the length of the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers are there. So r minus 1, 5 minus 1, which is 4. So as long as the value of I is equal to 4, it will work. It will give you outputs. Yeah, because the last output is 6. But when I value becomes 5, what happens? So it will be 5. The I value will become my r minus 1 will become 5. So then the condition of I, which is less than r dot length, will not be holding true because r length should be 5 and I minus r dot length should be 4. Then only it holds true, right? So that's what they're trying to say. So here you are given a task. There's a given provided array in which the total in which the my r has these values 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you need to do the for loop and iterate through this array, as well as meet with the conditions. Like you have to set the initial value of total to 0 and total amount should be equal to 20. So how will you loop through this array in order to do this task? That's the task. So first thing first, variable total equal to 0. It has to be initialized to 0 as provided question. Then the total should equal 20. So the next question is, how should you loop? What kind of initial value, expression statement, condition, etc. and what formula should you use in order to arrive at total of 20? So variable I, as usual for the for loop, is 0. Yeah, and then the condition I should be less than my r, because the array's name is my r in this case. So my r or my r, whatever, dot length. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 values here. So my r dot length. So it should be 5 minus 4, 1. LENGT. Sorry, my keyboard is showing up. Haha. And the final expression is the increment or the decrement. So obviously it's incrementing here in the array, as you can see. So it'll be I plus plus. Yeah, and then the curly and then the curly arrows, the curly brackets, and then inside the curly brackets you have to do that formula or whatever. You have to do that statement, the code statement that will give you the total of 20, the way that you loop or the algorithm that will give you this trick, because you're not supposed to do the direct addition. As they mention in the question, you cannot directly do the addition or in order to get 20. You cannot directly do the equal to get 20. So what should be the formula that you can do? Total will be, because as you can see, every time 2 and then 3, then 4, then 5. So if you want to get 20, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 5, 14, 14 plus 6, 20. Simple, right? So if you start from 0, if you keep adding and then accumulate with the accumulated result, if you add the next index value, then you should get. So total will be that total. So like 2 plus 3, 5 plus the next value, 4. Now where does the 4 come from? My array at index 2, right? 4 will be at index 2, 5 will be at index 3, and so on. 2 will be at index 0. So if you keep adding the values, total will be the total plus myar at that value at that particular index. If you keep doing like that, that should be the formula. Then you will arrive at the total value of 20, right? 2 plus 3. So it's like my array, first at index 0, then at index 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. So every time, as you can see, the accumulated value gets added to that value at that value which is existing at that particular index. Yeah. So you won. So now remember, my total equal to total plus I, you can my r dot I, you can also say total plus equal to, which we've done earlier. So that's a shorthand.